Morning, everyone. Welcome to McBoss Capital live stream here. My name is Michael Chu. Today is Wednesday, December 17th, 2025, 9:12 a.m. here Mountain Time, past 11 Eastern Time. So the market is actually taking a small tumble here. Nasdaq down 0.97%, Dow is down 0.1, S&P is down 0.6. Volume are both higher on Nasdaq and NYSE volume. Let me go to the QQQ ETF here. So we are, you know, yesterday we saw that it came below the red line, which is the 50-day moving average. Um, and we barely see a bounce by the end of day. And look at today, we have reversed from this morning and go down lower. So again, not a very good sign for Nasdaq for sure. As we undercut this red line right now, and it's definitely not looking good intraday as well. You can see the bounce. There's no bounce here, and again here we barely a bounce, and we continue to head lower. And the main news is about Oracle having issue with their financing, and that tumbled 5.43% again. So again, this is officially in a very strong downtrend right now. You look at the slope, pretty severe, and yeah, that's a big problem, and the market is not liking this news for sure. So let's go to SPY here. Here's SPY also near the red line right now. Slightly below it. So slightly better than Nasdaq, but still it's not that much better because we are heading lower as well. Not much of a bounce so far this morning as well. Just keep going to new lows, so that's never a good sign. Let's go to Dow. Dow also tried to bounce this morning, but look at this sharp reversal here, and this one's at the 10-day. So again, Dow and Russell has been slightly better in terms of the chart because it hasn't hit like 21 or 50-day line yet. It's hitting the 10-day line right now. So generally, usually we would see a bounce here, but again, we haven't seen that, which is not a good sign, right? So unless we close very strong today, um, this could be, again, just setting up for more bad days here. Look at this one, same thing. We reversed from this morning Russell, trying to come back to the 10-day line, but it couldn't, and now we have reversed now down to even. I think it's kind of lower low here, just almost the same to the 21-day line. So you can see yesterday's low right here. It probably will break it. Look at that. It probably is gonna break it. So again, it's not a good sign when index keep hitting new lows here, and we can see that in the last many days now. This is probably, I believe, the fourth day down. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 down, 4 days down now. Of course, we come from a very sharp bottom, so on hindsight, it doesn't look that bad when you consider that, right? So something to be aware of. Are we near a bounce, or are we ready for a bounce? Because this morning we were bouncing, but it just couldn't maintain that bounce, right? So this was the bounce right here, but it just couldn't. It just doesn't have the power, and that's the problem right now. It just doesn't have the power to bounce back. And so if it doesn't bounce back, then it probably will go lower, and we are hitting new lows. So again, not a good time to be too aggressive at this moment. Looking at stocks on the move here, we do have 20 stocks, although volumes, kind of starting to wane a little bit here, quite a bit. So we have Hood, again, gold stocks, doing not too bad. Although, let's take a look at gold right now. It continued to get closer and closer to the previous high. This is something that is still doing well, right? Um, and we look at AUGO. This one is continue to make new highs here, very strong, right? XGN, Coherent, a lot of the stronger stocks have been pulling back, like Coherent, right? Very strong stock, but now look at this. This is on the stock level. You can see a lot of them try to bounce back this morning, but it just couldn't, right? And we reverse and making a new low. That's even worse. So again, this is starting to look really bad now. Um, you know, yeah, because they were given the chance to bounce, but there's just too much selling pressure to push it back down. Not only to come back down, but again, it's basically an outside reversal. Not a very good sign here. Twilio is still doing well. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, so this one is definitely um, budging the pressure here. It's definitely it's moving up, hitting new high right now, like recent high here. So it looks really good. Ryanair, Shopify. Uh, let's take a look at Shopify as well. So this one is trying to make a move this morning, right? So we'll see if it comes out there. But it's having a hard time. So the market pressure right now. Lumentum, this one has been pulling back. So this one had the same problem here. Tried to bounce back this morning, but you can see it's reversing, and we have a very sharp downtrend line right now forming. Um, ARGX, NNI, NY is another strong consumer loan stock. Holding pretty tightly above the 10-day slope here. Looks really good. NNI is also in that same category. BJRI. So there's some restaurants doing well this morning. I look at my list here. We have Bros, and yeah, let's take a look at Bros here. Yeah, Bros here bouncing to above the 200-day here. Looks very good. Let me just check Chipotle for a second. Yeah, Chipotle is also doing that. So both stocks clearing resistance, strong resistance level here, looking pretty good. So I think I just forgot to put it in here. So yeah, we have HLT. Like a lot of the travel stocks are doing well too, which is kind of interesting. It's Hilton here breaking out new high. Um, Wabi is trying to bounce back after a severe 3-day pullback. Looks okay right now. Bounce back up 51% range right now. So it's holding up pretty nicely this morning. So yeah, I think other stock like Booking. So this one is still pulling back slightly. Expedia. This one also pulling back very slightly. It's already found support this morning, so it looks good. So again, travel stocks looking really good. I think we have LUV in my list. Okay, so this one's pulling back slightly here, but it's still pretty strong. We have Kibana in this group as well. Retail still holding up pretty tight. Yeah, so a lot of the retail surprisingly are doing stronger, doing better. Yeah. Let's go back to stocks on the move here. TBB, VICR, Reddit. I haven't looked at Reddit in a while. Let's take a quick look. Well, this one is bouncing a bit here. Um, so we have this uptrend, then we pull back, and then we bounce. So it looks good actually. It's forming the right side of the base right now. So potential there. 5 row on A-Lab. A lot of the tech stocks like A-Lab are still under a lot of pressure. You can see the downtrend line. It just couldn't have the power to come back up. So very problematic here. So let's take a look at yesterday Tesla make a new high. So today we're seeing a pullback. There's some news about them potentially uh, their sales in California or something could be banned due to some issue. Anyhow, so that's probably creating some problem for them at this moment. And yeah, I think again we're just gonna see if the market can find support. It's very important. Of course, we didn't. So right now we're gonna assume this trend will continue sliding down, and it could accelerate. And so that's something to pay attention. If we do head down to this low, very quickly, then I would be more like definitely stay out of it or something. I don't like just be cautious because this could happen. And the other thing is we never form a new high here as well. There were so that's another problem. So even though the other index still look good, but sometimes it could all come down at the same time, and it could drag like Dow or Russell back down. So let's take another look. SPY, yeah, SPY is at the red line there. Dow is at the 10-day. Again, if we bounce, if the Dow bounce here, that will look really good. But that's not obviously guaranteed. Same thing with Russell. If the Russell bounce here, it will be really good because then it will have been tested, right? Yesterday's low, and we bounce back and make a new high. That'll be really bullish. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day. I know. Just like and